So if you watch my videos on a fairly regular basis, you will know that I have the same thing for breakfast pretty much every single day. I have porridge with berries, usually Biscoff. It's my favourite. I look forward to it every day. I'm that sad. However, it's Christmas and I like to embrace all the festive foods as much as I possibly can. And when I saw this in Sainsbury's, I just had to try it and it did not disappoint. Let me show you what I'm having for breakfast this morning. So this I find extremely exciting, possibly more than I should. It really does taste like mince pies, I can confirm, and it is delicious. I've already had 2 from the box and Marion has had one as well. So I'm going to make this up now and sit and have my breakfast next to the dog who is on my chair, right there. It doesn't look very appetizing because I managed to make it spill over in the microwave. Don't you hate it when that happens? This is why I don't make porridge in the microwave normally, but it smells amazing, even though it looks rank. Clearly my normal porridge portions are significantly bigger than the sachets because I'm still absolutely starving, so I'm going to have another one. That's probably not very good for me, I'm sure, but I don't care because I'm hungry. So I'm going to do another bowl of porridge, and I don't know what's wrong with me at the moment. I'm hungry all the time, and I also don't know why I've put you down here because I can't even see you. Hi. Hang on, Marnie, I'm coming. Just doing my porridge. So it turned out I didn't need 2 bowls of porridge, and it actually made me feel quite sick. And I'm still really full, and it's now the kids' lunchtime, so I'm not going to have any lunch now. I'm actually going to have a big glass of water because I feel like I guess there's more sugar in that kind of porridge than there would be in a big bowl of porridge that I make myself. So yeah, definitely it was a bit sickly after 2 bowls, so that'll teach me. But I'm gonna make the kids some lunch, and just in case you're interested in what they would have for lunch, today they are having toasted cheese sandwiches, some strawberries. I've only got 1 packet of Quavers, so I'm gonna share it out between the 2 of them. Oh, I should say as well that I've got Aiden off home from school because he has hurt his neck. It's happened to him a couple of times. It doesn't happen often, but it's definitely happened 2 or 3 times where he just seems to pull or twinge something in his neck and it's really sore. But this time, usually it's gone within an hour or so. This time it was quite bad, and he was in quite a lot of pain, which is horrible. And I've never heard of that happening in little ones before, so I found it a bit worrying. But anyway, I took him to the doctor. She checked him out and she seemed to think it was just his neck muscles going into spasm, which had made it so much more painful. Anyway, that's a separate thing, but that's why I've got Aiden home too as well with me, as well as Marnie. So yes, toasted cheese sandwiches, packet of Quavers between them, some strawberries, and after they've had that they can have a chocolate chip brioche as well, and some water. So I'm going to do that for them and get myself some water at the same time.
What do you do, squirrels? My name's Billy, and I'm a dancing bug.
What are you doing in our garden, Billy?
Well, let me tell you, squirrels, I'm here to play the big bug ball.
So we just popped out in the car to get Marnie off to sleep because the rain is horrendous, so we can't go out for a walk with the pram. So we went for a little drive around to get her to have a sleep. And I'm not really hungry still after my mince pie porridge debacle, but I'm going to make myself some lunch anyway because this evening we have Marion's parents' evening, so that'll probably mean that I'll be having my dinner later than normal. So I want to make sure I eat something to tide me over. So I'm going to have, and I've had this in one of these videos before I think, and it's a little bit weird, but I was really craving it yesterday, and I don't know, I can't even remember if I've said this earlier on today, but I've not been feeling myself lately. My head feels a bit fuzzy and I'm just not feeling like tip-top condition. So I think a lot of that's down to my diet. We eat well, I eat pretty healthily, but lately and since we've been on holiday, I've just been really terrible with veg, which is unlike me because I love veg. I love green, like colourful vegetables, and I prefer that to meat to be honest. But lately we've been having a lot of like pies and lasagna and curry and things, which I do pack a load of veg into, but I don't know, I just feel like I could get more vitamins into me, or I need to get more vitamins into me. So yesterday I was craving kale. Weird, I know, but I feel like it's a real good brain food, and I'm hoping that'll help with the fuzzy head thing. So something that I make with kale that's delicious, thanks to a friend of mine who told me about it, is roasted kale or baked kale. So you put it in the oven until it goes crispy, and you put sea salt on it and olive oil, and it's really, really yummy. So I put that on a toasted tortilla. So I just put the tortilla in the oven for a few minutes as well till it goes crispy. Spread a load of hummus on that, and then sometimes I'll mash an avocado onto it as well, but I don't have any today, so I'll just do the hummus, then scatter the crispy kale on top. And trust me, it is yummy. Don't eat it in front of anyone because it's really messy to eat, but it is, if you like that kind of crispy seaweed kind of thing, it's a healthier version of that. And I use half a bag of kale per serving, so I know I'm getting loads of antioxidants and vitamins and iron, which I definitely need into me. So that is what I'm going to have for lunch. I'm also going to have, again, for brain fog reasons, I bought a bag of almonds because they're really good brain food. So I'm going to finish those off. I bought like a little snack pack size, and I had about half of it yesterday, so I'm going to eat those. Big cup of water. That sounds like such a healthy lunch. Trust me, I don't normally eat like this, but I just really feel like I need that at the moment. Extra veg and stuff and goodness. So that's what I'm going to have for my lunch. And then I'll probably come back to you just before the school run for something sweet, because I can't usually make it through the afternoon without something sweet and sugary. So that's the kale ready to go in. I just put some olive oil and sea salt on top, and I'm going to stick it in the oven for, oh, I forget how long I put it in for actually. I just keep checking it every few minutes to check it doesn't go too crispy. I'm guessing it's around 10 minutes, I'm going to say, but on quite a low heat. So that's it. And admittedly, it looks like some kind of weird health pizza, but trust me, it is really yummy. If you like that kind of crispy kale, it is kind of like crispy seaweed, I suppose. Yeah, I like kale anyway, so it works for me. And yeah, there's a load on there. Boo is horrified though. She's looking at me like, why are you eating that when there's cheese in the fridge? So I've got the guys from school, and I've got about half an hour to give them tea before I have to head out to parents' evening. So I thought I might just have a cheeky mince pie. This is actually first one of the season. So yeah, I'm gonna have one of these to tide me over until tea. Just got back from parents' evening, and I'm gonna crack on with dinner. I'm actually gonna do something that I wasn't intending to make because I'm just really hungry and I can't be bothered to faff around with anything too complicated. So I'm going to make a chorizo and red pesto pasta. So it's basically chorizo and whatever veg I have all cooked down together in a pan. So I'll probably put in onions, roasted red peppers, cherry tomatoes. You could put mushrooms in, but I don't like mushrooms, so I don't. But I have a friend who does add them into the same recipe. What else am I putting in? Oh, and some rocket, but I add that right at the end. And then you just add half red pesto and half creme fraiche and some cooked pasta and mix it all together, and it really is tasty. Oh, and olives as well. I always put a load of olives in because I love them. So that's what I'm gonna make, and it's one of those that can be done from like pan to plate in 10 minutes, or as long as it takes you to cook the pasta. That's the sauce done. I actually forgot to film putting everything in, but there's olives, tomatoes, red and yellow ones, some onion, red pesto, and I'm just stirring the creme fraiche through, and then I'm gonna add in probably most of this bag of wild rocket and just let that wilt, and then add the cooked pasta at the end with a little bit of the cooking water just to kind of make sure it all mixes together properly. But yeah, really, really simple, super fast and very yummy.